We are looking into classifications. In the earlier video, we talked about static versus dynamic game. In this video, we are going to talk about complete versus incomplete game. And as always, we will start with an example. The example we had discussed earlier, the example given in the context of adverse selection. We had two decision maker. One decision maker we called acquirer and the second decision maker was target. Target had a valuation that was known to target but not to the acquirer, that is A. So, let us make it simple. Let us say target has the valuation of 50 for itself and acquirer can offer in multiple of 25 only. So, 0, 25, 50 and 75. So, the game would look like something like this, that here let us say put acquirer as role player and then it offers 0, it offers 25, it offers 50 or 75. These are the only numbers. And target can say yes or can reject the offer, yes or no. And if at 0, so see another thing that you should pay attention to when you are describing the game, don't think about what is going to happen or that it is very unlikely. Why would like for example, if acquirer offers 0, why would target say yes? But it does not matter, we have to complete the table. So, acquirer is offering 0 and target is saying yes. It means how much acquirer would get? The value is 50 and in hands of acquirer it is 1.5 times of the value. So, he will get 75 minus 0 and how much target will get? Target will get 0 because target is accepting the offer of 0. And similarly, we can write here that if target does not accept, then acquirer gets 0 and the 50 value remains with the target, and that is the way we can complete the table. And this is clearly complete information game. Acquirer knows which game that he is playing, target knows which game target is playing, but let us change the scenario. The valuation could be either 50 or 100, 50 with probability half and 100 with probability half. Of course, target knows the actual value whether it is 50 or 100, it is just the acquirer does not know. What would happen? Acquirer will think that acquirer is playing this game with probability half. If you want to complete the table, you can pause and complete the table. Now, I have completed the table for you. So, in this particular case, now if acquirer is not certain whether valuation is 50 or 100, then acquirer will not be certain that whether acquirer is playing this game. It is also possible that with remaining 50% probability, acquirer is playing a different game, and that is represented here, that is 0, 25, 50, 75, yes, no. So, in no's case it is very easy to fill in 0, 50, 0, 50. Sorry, here the valuation is 100. So, we should have here all the 100. Again, pause the video and try to fill in what happens here. I will do it for one with argument and then I will leave it to you to complete it. So, what is going to be the case here? The offered 0, because the valuation is 100, it is 150 in hand of acquirer. How much acquirer has to pay? 0. So, 150 net. How much target is getting? 0. Pause the video and complete the table. I have completed the table for you. So, from acquirer point of view, here is this is the half probability and this game is being played with remaining half probability. One thing that you should notice, that you could very well think that it is possible that here offer could have been higher, but if offer could have been higher, we have to extend this table also. In the very beginning we assumed that A can make only these 4 offers. For whatever reason, these are the only offers which are valid legal offers. So now target knows whether this game is being played or this game is being played, but acquirer thinks that this game is being played with probability half and this game is being played with probability half. Such situation we call that it is a game of incomplete information. When there exists a player who is not certain about which game is being played, we can say the scenario is of incomplete information game. But I want to caution you further, I want to add further that it is not like, there is a possibility that acquirer thinks that valuation can be 50 or 100 or even 150, then there would be table for each of these different possibility. Uncertainty here does not mean that acquirer has absolutely no idea about the valuation. Acquirer has some idea, and that idea can be given by the probability distribution over possible value. So, of course, when it is probability distribution, it has to add up to 1. It is possible that the acquirer think that first game is being played with probability 1/3 and second by 2/3. If there are 3 scenarios, each scenario should have a probability associated which is between 0 and 1, and sum should be equal to 1. So, I hope now you understand the difference between complete information game and incomplete information game. Let me repeat once again, when all players are certain which game is being played, they know the parameters of the game. What are the parameters that we have already discussed? Who are the players? What are the different actions they can take? What are the corresponding payoff? If everything is known to all of the players, then we say this is game of complete information. If there exists a player who does not know which exact game is being played, then we say game is of incomplete information.